Ah, the heart of Cyrodiil, a land where ambition and tradition blend within the shadow of the imperial city. It is here, amidst the sprawling countryside and bustling towns, that the vaunted Fighters Guild has long upheld its banner of honor and valor. This respected institution, founded many decades ago, provides more than mere muscle for hire. It offers a haven for those who seek to perfect their martial prowess while adhering to a strict ethical code. For generations, the Fighters Guild has been an emblem of integrity and discipline. Each member, from the greenest recruit to the most battle-hardened champion, undergoes rigorous training and must abide by a steadfast moral compass. The guild stands as a bulwark against chaos, tackling a plethora of contracts, from protecting caravans and hunting dangerous creatures to resolving disputes between neighboring families. The guiding principle is always the same: protect the innocent, uphold justice, and never compromise on honor. However, the picturesque serenity and moral clarity of this realm began to blur with the arrival of a formidable newcomer, the Blackwood Company. Emerging from the shadows, this mercenary band originated from the dense, swamp-ridden region of Black Marsh, known as Blackwood. Comprising mainly of exiles, dissenters, and opportunists, the Blackwood Company introduced a different philosophy to the mercenary craft: the pursuit of profit above all else. Their approach was as rapid as it was ruthless. They recruited aggressively, often luring discontented Fighters Guild members with promises of greater pay and fewer restrictions. The Blackwood Company's operatives held no reservations about the nature of their contracts. Whether it was a nobleman's vengeance, a dubious smuggling operation, or even a politically charged assassination, no job was too immoral, no client too nefarious. While the Fighters Guild prided itself on careful consideration and community service, the Blackwood Company ensured results, swiftly and by any means necessary. Their success rate, bolstered by an almost fanatical commitment to their employers, drew in a slew of contracts. Their coffers filled quickly, and with this wealth came influence. As their presence grew more pronounced, it became evident they intended to eclipse the Fighters Guild. Tensions simmered between the two factions. Martial contests occasionally flared up, but for the most part, the friction developed through a quieter, yet equally as deadly rivalry over contracts, territories, and hearts and minds. Old friendships soured, and new alliances were forged in an atmosphere thick with mistrust. Streets that once welcomed the sight of the Guild's azure and gold sigil now knew the unsettling presence of the Blackwood serpent entwined with blades. The Fighters Guild found itself at a precarious crossroads. Leadership within the Guild debated furiously over how best to counter this threat. Some advocated for adapting to the changing market, others for doubling down on their principles. All the while, incidents of conflict began to pepper Cyrodiil's vast tapestry, some manifesting as subtle acts of sabotage, others escalating into outright skirmishes. In towns like Shorol and Leoween, where both factions maintained significant holds, the townsfolk could sense the looming storm. Whispers in taverns suggested that it would be only a matter of time before this tension combusted into something far more violent. Thus, the stage was being set for a dramatic confrontation. The tradition-bound Fighters Guild struggled to safeguard its legacy, while the ascendant Blackwood Company, unencumbered by moral restraints, seemed poised to dominate. Their conflict was not merely a battle for contracts or for coin, but a cataclysmic clash of ideologies threatening to reshape the landscape of martial service in Cyrodiil forever. The moral implications of their opponents' methods were appalling, and yet a question gnawed at the hearts of many. Could they afford the luxury of moral high ground when they were on the brink of obsolescence? The thought of abandoning their stalwart principles for survival was abhorrent to many, but what choice did they have when their enemy was employing such dark arts?